What effect will ISO 20022 have on bank statements and processes related to bank statements? It's going to be pretty dramatic, actually. So if you can imagine, your bank statement is going to go from, the current kind of one line per transaction with a tiny amount of data, maybe 16 characters for some sort of reference information. So imagine that reference information now becomes almost unlimited. Imagine that it could contain like hundreds of lines telling you exactly what that payment you received in your bank account was for, which invoices it was paying, what adjustments were made to those invoices. That's a huge change. It's just the sheer volume of data that you're going to get. It's a dramatic jump in the volume of data. And you've got to be able to pick apart all that data, pick out the bits that you need for your various back office systems. So actually there's a big change coming in the way that statement data is going to be delivered to organizations. So how is ISO 20022 going to enhance the regulatory environment? So the whole point of adding more data into the payment instructions is that data will be used by banks and therefore by the regulators to check exactly what payments are being made and to who, and to enforce the various FinCrime and AML regulations. So I think the regulatory compliance overall will go up. And yeah, I mean, that essentially is what's at the heart of driving this change. So how will ISO 20022 help with reconciliation? So with the changes that are going to happen to the statement data formats, so they're going to move from a kind of very basic MT format to a rich XML format called CAMT. That's going to have a massive impact on reconciliation, because suddenly you're going to have an incredibly rich data set that you can use to power whatever reconciliation tool you're using. So it might be your ERP system, might be a treasury system, it might be a reconciliation platform that you've got. But imagine now having a lot more data points that you can pull on to sort of look at an individual transaction to try and match it to something that's in your ledger. So I think it's going to be transformational in terms of reconciliation.